104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric. It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan.
I am the worst DJ ever.
With Eric.
We're the champions of the world.
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Morning, Houston, Texas. It is Wednesday, May 21st of 2025, and it's the whole gang, Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam, ready for the midway of the week leading into Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, wow.
Or
That's so
graduation,
hard
or last day of school,
to wrap my
or
head around
whatever's
that.
happening in your world.
This is Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Whoa.
It's always the last Monday of the month, right?
Wow.
That's right.
So is that the last Monday? It must be the last
Cool.
Monday. Because I always thought it was like there's a 30th or something.
Last month, well, sometimes that does happen.
Yeah,
sometimes if the 30th
Usually
is
I
Monday,
thought it was.
Yeah.
it'll be the end. Because my brother got married on Memorial Day weekend. It was the 28th of May. My sister got married Memorial Day weekend. It was the 29th of May. They had wedding anniversaries one day apart. Because Memorial Day weekend was an easy weekend to get family to come here because they had Monday off. Which is another question. A lot of people are like, oh, it's a holiday weekend. Don't have a wedding on a holiday weekend. We want to go somewhere for the holiday. Well, go to the wedding for the holiday. That's your vacation. If you don't like them enough, tell them you can't go and go do something else. Nobody's
like-
forcing you.
Or people that have like birthdays. I was talking to some friends yesterday, and they're like, "Oh, we have friends. She's gonna have like her say, I don't even know, say 50th birthday."
Uh-huh.
And she's like, "Yes, I want to get this place in Italy and do this." And everyone, and the guy's like, "You know,
We're on a different wavelength here.
He's like,
Who's
I don't want to
gonna come to
spend
that?
money to go to. It's like, well, he's like, why don't you guys just go do that, and we can go somewhere like Napa or somewhere close by.
Or how about we go to down the street to a steakhouse?
Yeah. I
And
could
play
not
Italian
imagine
music.
having the kind of money where I can just say, let's go to Italy this week.
Well, if it's just you and your mate, sure, that's something you plan for. But to tell your friends, hey, I'm celebrating my birthday party. By the way, it's in Sicily. Oh, wait.
nice.
Is that a new restaurant in Uptown Park?
Yeah.
No. The actual place.
And then they're like, well, you could just, treat it like your vacation and then just, get a free meal and stuff. That's all they're going to get. I'm like, I don't want someone telling me we only get so many vacations a year.
Look, if I had a very close friend that wanted to
I
do a
don't think any
destination
harm was
birthday
intended.
party and she threw it out there, I'd be game if I had enough prep time and it was my wheelhouse. That actually happened before I was married. Before I had kids, actually, that happened. And we had, I had done that for a couple times when I was single because it was easy. It was somewhere in the States and you just go there and you have fun, you make memories. But I think the older people get, the harder it is because there's more schedules to juggle. You know what I mean? Like last weekend, we had the Lagoon Fest, Raw Feed Roadshow. And if my son was still playing baseball, that day there were 3 games. The day before there were 2 because it's like tournament time.
Wow.
And I would have been like, oh man, my baseball mom friends are still in it. And they were like 9 games between 2 boys in 2 days. And I was like, oh yeah, I wouldn't have made that Lagoon Fest. There's no way.
In this heat.
Because my husband was out of town. I was like, man, I forgot how crazy the weekends get.
I got to give mad props to all the moms and it usually is more the moms than the dads that are carting the kiddos around to all these different games. My friend Tiffany, who was in here just about a week or 2 ago, remember her from the Harris Center?
Oh, yeah.
So she's got 3 daughters, and she's constantly like traveling, sometimes out of town for these games.
It's fun though to watch your kids.
It is. And if you have a
yeah.
good camaraderie with those parents, it's like you're just a pack. You know what I mean? Like you get along with those parents, you know those kids.
Remember wasn't your mom crying like when your brother's last soccer game in college?
Oh, yeah. I mean, she cried
Her
for
whole life. Think about it.
Because then there's a huge void afterwards.
Yeah, by the time Sam was done, your brother was into it.
Oh, yeah.
They're 10 years behind, so then he started up. So she's had like 20.
She's
2
the
years.
official soccer mom.
Yeah.
Do you guys remember her?
We should get her a sash.
Like, she was, like, in charge of, like, his soccer
Mom of the universe.
Yeah.
Orange
I forget what it's
slices for
called.
everybody?
No, not for college, but whatever it was called. Like, she was in charge of that. Like, the food afterwards and everything, like, the momager or whatever. And then she had to pass it down, and she was, like, so sad. I was like, Mom, oh, my God.
Let it go.
You will be fine.
Well, no,
let it go.
but Sam, you're about to have your second boy, and I think that when you get in that sports world, that is true because who did I see last week? I ran into somebody when I was walking into a store, and this person was coming out of the store. You just see random people like, oh, I haven't seen you in so long. And I was telling her about the schedules and end of the year and this, and she goes, you know what? My kids are past that now. Just really enjoy that. You know how everybody tells another parent to enjoy it? Like, I'll tell Sam right now, enjoy Santiago right now. He's 2. But when my kids were 2, I was so in the trenches. You can't see that.
But that's the thing, Rula. You got to
It's the
enjoy
same
it
thing.
all
When
the
they're
time.
12, you don't see it.
Do you remember?
until it's over.
I was so run down. Like when Faith was 11, that's when her mom and I split, and Michelle went to go teach full time. So it felt like being a single parent because I'd pick her up from school, take her to rehearsals, plays, this, that, competitions, UIL.
Because she had to work.
And I mean, I was just like exhausted from just traveling back and forth. But I would do anything on earth just to relive one of those days one time. So enjoy it while it's going down because
It's hard when you're in it.
it will go like that.
Yeah, when you're in the traffic, you're going back and forth. You're like, where's this game? Oh, we're going to Texas City for that game. Okay, if we win the 10 a.m. game, when do we play again? 5 p.m.? Oh, okay, what are we going to do in between? I guess we'll find somewhere to hang out.
And I think that's when you bond the most with your children. You know, we would talk so much in the car rides and not play with the phone the
absolutely.
whole time. We would just chit-chat and have conversations, play verbal games, all sorts of
Well,
things.
you would think that's the truth, but it's not now with their phones.
No.
Their
I
faces
have
are
the
in their
best
phones.
memories with my dad, like listening to his music, and we would try and sing like the first verse as quickly as possible. My mom and I would always get Starbucks, and we always got the same exact thing every single time.
So that's when.
And,
this was what,
these-
2007?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even before then, because I
You didn't have a phone.
graduated.
Before this iPhone came around.
Yeah, I
iPhone
graduated
does a lot of great.
college in 2010. But
It
I have
socially
like the
stunts us.
best memories of traveling to sporting
So
events
see, you
with
got
my
some
parents.
of that without
good.
the.
Without
Yeah,
You
my
still
dad and I
internet
always
before?
did Chinese food after every single like tournament or game because
Did you go to the place and eat it,
my
or
mom
did you
didn't
go
like
driving?
it. No, we would go to like buffets. Like my mom hates buffets, so my
Oh,
dad and I
that's
would
cute that
always
your dad would
do
make that your thing.
That would be
I've never been
always
to
our
a.
thing.
I've never been to a Chinese buffet
No?
my whole life.
Really?
There's that one on Bel Air over there by Dr. Now's place.
Okay.
Is it the Star Buffet?
It's a big
There's
green.
a-
It's over by Stella Link, which it was Wesleyan.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
In Bel
think.
Air, there's a big one. It's like China Palace or Chinese. I
They're
forget.
huge.
I just
That's one thing
work in
about
pest
them.
control. Nothing against Chinese places because I love Chinese food.
You know
but
the bug problem?
I used to always, my guys would tell me stories and stuff.
so
That's why I'd always
funny.
look for
my
places
mom does
with a.
not like
If I saw a pest
buffets.
control truck there eating, I knew, okay, that's good.
Rolla, who was it that told us, like, when you go into a
She didn't
restaurant's
like it.
bathroom and it's bad, you can only assume the kitchen's
I
worse?
never heard anybody say that. I think you said that.
We had somebody in here. It was the early days of the show, maybe even before you joined, Eric. But
remember.
it
No,
was
I
somebody who was
definitely
telling
don't
us
remember
about if you go to a restaurant and the bathroom is filthy and atrocious, chances are the kitchen is worse.
If they don't care about the bathroom,
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like
Good
there's
point.
the people that say like, let us know if the bathroom needs attention. You can tell the attention came from the customer making a mess versus they're just not really cleaning it.
like
Yeah.
if you guys ever go to Uptown Sushi, I love that place.
Yeah, I was
Food is
there.
amazing, but you go in the bathroom and it
months
always
ago.
smells
Ew.
Like what?
like sewage type. Because
There
Yeah.
must be a pipe problem.
there's a pipe, and I think in that area over there, because sometimes you're walking outside, you can kind of smell it. So it must be something underground. Because
Something in the years.
the bathroom, it's been like that since
A
I've
bad
been going there
smell.
since 2003.
Uh-huh.
Y'all, there's
But
a
the food and everything else smells
But you
great.
think
and
that the
Right.
plumbing is not up to par.
well,
Yeah,
there's
so
a
that's-
problem with if it depends on how old it is because my family's restaurant, the bones are like from the 50s, and my sister went through hell with this one pipe. She probably had like 9 plumbers come try and figure out this pipe. Finally, she had to problem solve herself on YouTube to tell the plumbers, why don't you try this for this one
sure
pipe?
they like that.
And it was like $25,000 later, they got a new bathroom. But for such a long time, they couldn't like renovate the bathroom because there was some pipe that was connected to too many other things behind the thing and make the whole building fall apart. And she's like, there's got to be a way. There's got to be a way.
Always a way, right?
If they got enough money. You know what I
Maybe
mean?
we should go out to Uptown and ask them that.
Yeah,
Well,
sure,
another
maybe
problem
so.
is some restaurants. Some restaurants have the
Try to cover
problem
it.
when you walk in, you can tell they just mopped the floor with some very strong, like ammonia or something. Fabuloso. Oh my God,
Fabuloso. I love
Fabuloso's got such a
Fabuloso.
distinct smell. But when you walk
Purple
in, and
one.
it's so overpowering that half of our taste is based on scent.
Yeah.
And it's like if I walk into a restaurant and it's overwhelmingly moppish, I'm like, no.
Or what
That's
if
only
you're
happened
mopping
one
and it's an old
time.
mop, like stale, that smelled? And
Oh, that too, yeah.
Oh, God.
Kind of like our
Mildewy
lobby
or-
downstairs.
That only happened to me one time. I went to a Thai. I went downstairs. We're having a water problem. It's coming up through the floor somehow. I went to a Thai restaurant once, and we were the first customers of the day, and they had just mopped. And I guess whoever was in charge of it was just used way too much of the Clorox concentrate. And you'd think, like at first, you think, oh, okay, well they just mopped. It's clean in here, and you thought it would fade out,
And it didn't.
but it did not, and it really killed our. I could not, like to the point of like you see your food, you smell your food,
Your
you eat with
olfactory senses are
you
so
eat with your
important.
eyes, and you smell everything. The bleach smell never went away, and it ruined me. I was like, I can't even smell the food because this bleach is so strong. My eyes are burning. I still remember that so well because I remember the server said, "Well, I think that the new guy used way too much bleach. I hope it fades, like vents out soon.
Oh, that's not
And the
good.
manager had opened the door.
Oh, my
I was like, oh my
Crack a
God.
window. You know you've overdone it.
That's not good. That
Can you
murder scene.
imagine you get hired for a new job and you're just like, okay, I quit. I did it wrong the first day I'm out. We've done that before. Who has the shortest job?
You screwed.
Within 20 minutes, when the bleach smell wouldn't go away, they just slipped out the back door and never came back. They're like, see you later.
I mean,
I have to go to my car and get something.
Yeah.
your daughter just went through.
Yeah, my daughter went through
She was like, never
one
mind.
day.
I'm out.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The acai bowl place.
Did she have to drop off her uniform?
I don't think they had uniforms. She
Oh,
needs to
no?
get paid
Okay.
though, 'cause she's supposed to send them there or something.
Well, that's good. They got the pair, or she gets a paycheck.
Well, it's one day.
For those that missed that story, don't get a job at a
$20.
place that has lots of blenders if you hate the noise the blenders make.
10 blenders, and she's also allergic to peanuts.
Oh, that's
think
dangerous.
About it. That smell, like she's never obviously eaten peanut butter. She just hates that smell.
She's just around it.
And they were around 10 blenders with lots of peanut butter, and then the boss says, "Hey, can I talk to you for a second? Do you have any personal problems at home?" Because she looked overwhelmed. Like,
no.
she's 16, never had a job before, and they throw you in there. So I think she maybe her
very
face-
inappropriate,
her
thank
face-
you.
When she told me that, I'm like, "Who's this idiot?"
Yeah, that
I
is.
still want to go talk to this guy and say, "That's not how you talk to him."
Not
Yeah.
how you talk to anybody.
Kind of creeps me out
Yeah.
anyway.
Well,
Guy-
I'm glad that she
guy
knew
bosses, I don't
enough
know.
to say, "Hey, this is not for me."
And she's got a job already lined up. So
Oh, that's good. Industrious.
at least got one kid that wants to work. Yeah.
Oh,
One
come
kid
on,
that
Eric.
wants to work.
One of three.
Yeah, what is it? The second one's only 14. She
I was
can't
gonna
work.
say the other one's only 14.
I mean, I
She'd
should
like to work
I
if she
started
could.
to work.
I started caddying at 14.
Actually, she is working. I take that back. She's working for her mom at the construction company.
What's her job?
slinging that hammer, baby.
Yeah, she's in the office doing office stuff. They ain't putting her out on the bayou bike trails, whatever.
Out there in the factory.
Mama, pick me up some nails.
That make the news.
Well, coming
Eric
up,
from the Roula Ranch with Eric. His kid
labor.
doing child labor.
that ain't nothing different. Now our generation,
nowadays,
protests that.
they're
But
all-
now, like,
Everyone's
Yeah.
woke
I was
snowflakes.
8 years old. And I
Oh,
was
to the point where
making
it's like,
salads.
hey, could you hand me that? Just, it's just called being a nice human. That is not my job description.
Yeah, oh, I hate that crap.
Yeah. All right, how about this? We all like money. Who doesn't want to give away some money? It is the secret sound that the current jackpot is up to $728.
Whoa, what?
Between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., 5 chances to guess the secret sound. Also, for the rapid fire quiz today, we're going to kick off your pool season at Typhoon, Texas.
Nice.
Houston's premier water park destination. You can dive into excitement with 9 thrilling attractions. I can't even say the word. They got the Lazy River, Typhoon Junior, all the stuff.
I'm going for a
8 o'clock this
three-peat.
morning.
Oh, did you win 2 in a row?
Does it count at Lagoon Fest?
I'm not counting it in the records, but just for myself.
Oh, okay.
I won 2 in a week, and then hopefully today I'll pull it out.
We'll see. And
Hopefully.
you hope to win, too.
Yay, we can't wait.
I was going to leave it.
I can't wait. All right.
Then your guys will all be winners.
Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop,
Sicko.
we have the Post Malone Oreos. Now we have another pop star who has their own limited edition Oreos. I see a Try It Tuesday coming. Are we gonna like these
I
and
love
hate
the Post
these?
Malone ones I got.
They were
remember?
good.
They were really good.
Yeah.
Here's your official weather for today.
It is going to be hot. Looks like about a high of 90. You see some sunshine today. Right now, 73 degrees. 6:13 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
And all things Hollywood. Celebrity Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arrandas. Remember, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. We have 5 chances for you to score more money from Shell Federal Credit Union with the secret sound. Because we're outside of the window, we could play you what the sound is.
Oh, yeah.
Where the jackpot has reached $728. Sam, you got that sound ready to go?
She's like, what?
I do. Did you hear this though?
What is that?
That's our bed for the Celebrity Scoop intro.
It has
When
vocals?
Mo remade it,
Yeah,
it has a
I
little
know.
fun singy song
What's he
bed.
saying?
It's fun.
I-
Do
It's
Obi doobie dum.
it again. Do it louder. See.
Has a little
It'll
bit of
come
beat.
I
back.
think instead of looping it,
Just
let the
talking.
vocals in.
It's
I
mostly
think
at the
so.
beginning.
I think so. Yeah. Sorry. So that's why I was giggling.
It's
How
like
funny.
Enya.
Can you hit it from the beginning again? I'm so curious.
Oh yeah.
Hit it from the beginning
Hold
again.
on.
Let's hear it.
Okay. Hold on.
From the big screen to the big house.
Celebrity Scoop, the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric on KRBE.
So it does that.
Normally we
About 10 seconds of that.
Yeah. So it gives me time to pull it down.
Okay.
But then if I don't pull it down enough, or did it rotate? No, I don't think it rotated.
vocals kick in.
Yeah, hold on.
Here
we
it
go.
goes.
I like
How funny.
What's she saying?
Loco something.
That ain't Spanish.
Burrito?
All right. Well, if anybody knows, 37530. How's it going to be?
That's not the secret sound. We just want to
Isn't
know
that
what it
funny?
is.
No, we just things we just found out today.
If I don't,
All right.
if I don't pull it down, you'll hear that. But I do have the secret sound.
Okay,
So
let's
this
hear it.
is the secret sound for today, or as of right now. One more time.
Still that one.
Don't volunteer as tribute. It's not a canon.
No.
No.
That's what I yelled out the other day because I knew it's not it. But what if it had been it?
Yeah.
Like, oh,
Good
no.
job, Roula. You
Well, who
screwed
the heck
everybody.
knows canon?
Yeah.
That would have
Crap.
been really funny.
I mean, after we went to Snobby Lobby for the freaking,
Snobby Lobby?
the freaking
The
blinds that were
blinds motor.
rotating motor.
I was
Who
reading the
knows what it
comments.
could be?
I was dying laughing. The comments like,
that. You just coined a great new phrase.
Snobby
That's
lobby.
pretty good.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Because
Snobby
people are like,
lobby.
you know who won that? Someone rich, because that's a rich people sound, Eric.
That is so funny.
Because we all
I've
get to
gotta
record
remember
these
that.
sounds, and we all come up with them in a meeting, and then we all go home and we record them on this special high-tech
Wow.
recording
Yeah,
device.
see, I didn't do
That's
any this time.
hilarious.
All you'd hear is tears.
oh,
gosh.
That's
God, right.
sound of a tissue being out of
Yeah, tissue coming out of a box. Okay, so for Try Tuesday a while back when Post Malone's Oreos first came out and hit the market, we tried those, and they were actually very tasty. I would say that of the random flavor combinations for Oreos they've come up with, the Post Malone ones I would recommend. They were good. We all like them.
Yep.
Selena Gomez is the next one now that has teamed up with Oreo for
No
her flavor
way.
of Oreos. Yes. They're going to hit the shelves on June the 9th. There is pre-sale even for them, Sam. Pre-sale, like concert tickets. Pre-sale of the Oreos start on June 2nd.
That's ridiculous.
And Selena's flavor is horchata. Oh my gosh, so delicious.
I don't know about
I
that
like it.
flavor.
It's
All
milk
right.
cinnamon, and it's
Yeah.
the rice drink with like milky rice drink with cinnamon.
Yeah.
You can get like an El Rey in the
Yeah.
drive-through or
I love
inside
El
the
Rey.
restaurant. The cookies are chocolate cinnamon flavored, the actual cookies, with the 2 layers of the cream. One of the layers of the cream is chocolate cinnamon flavored. The other one has sweetened condensed milk flavor with cinnamon sugar.
That sounds good.
Each one is embossed with 6 different designs, including Selena's signature, a pair of headphones, a heart-shaped vinyl record, what her fans call her, the Selenators? Selenators?
Selenators?
That doesn't
Selenators?
sound right.
Selena
It's gotta be
tours?
Selenators.
eaters.
It's got to
That
be.
sounds like a hockey team.
I
The
have no
Selenators.
idea.
Yeah.
Her name is
Like
Selena.
salamanders.
And now,
But it doesn't
your home
sound right.
team, the Selenators.
Well, because it's Selena, but then they add the letters Tors. That sounds weird to say Selena Tours.
Selena Torres.
Selena Tours. But it also sounds really dumb to say
could you imagine if
Selenators.
Selena
Torres.
If Selena went into like politics, she could be Senator Selena.
That's right. Well, why is that funny?
I don't know. It
It's
just
her
sounds,
name.
you know, we're having riffs on the sound of the name. That's all.
Senator
Shut
Selena.
up, Kevin.
Selena says.
Hanging me out to dry.
Just an observation, not
just
really
her
funny.
name. They'll go back on that one.
Wait, what?
All right, Selena says, growing up, horchata was one of those comforting things for me. Some of my favorite childhood memories involved drinking it with my family, and trust me, it tastes even better when these cookies are dipped in milk. She also added that her fiance, Benny Blanco, was part of the tasting process to come to the end result of what these horchata Oreos
I can see
are gonna
him
be
like
all
sitting
about.
on the couch with a bag of weed and a bag of Oreos.
Or he'll make his own, but it'll be that ugly version of the Hydrox, whatever the.
Hydrox. Hydrox
Hydrox
actually
was
came
first.
before
Yeah, but
Oreo.
they
They
taste
just
like
had a
crap.
horrible name.
June 9, you can find Selena's Oreos. All right, big celebrity baby birth yesterday. Just like when a royal baby is born, it makes the global news. Or, you know, remember when Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt were still together? Shiloh Jolie Pitt's picture.
It was worth like millions of
frenzy
dollars.
For Shiloh Jolie Pitt's picture in 2006, it went for $14 million.
Hey, you don't hear about stuff like that anymore.
No,
No.
you do not.
think
Did you
people
know that
care.
story, Sam? $14 million went to the highest bidder. People Magazine's parent company won that bid.
But you said the magic word right there, magazine. Because there really aren't, people don't read magazines anymore.
Or they
They
still
just
look at the covers
get
at the
stuff
grocery
online.
store.
Yeah.
You might
Or
not buy it, but you look
Instagram.
at the cover. And then Instagram is where they put their covers now. It is actually the birth of Peppa Pig's sister. Peppa Pig's sister was born yesterday. They added a new little piglet to the cartoon.
What's
so
her
the cartoon
name?
that my kids grew up with was just George and Peppa. Now they've got, well, I think it's pronounced Evie because it's Evie.
Oh, yeah.
But some people spell it that way and say Evie. My niece's name is Evie, but hers is Evie. But it's Evie. So they're going to call her Evie? I guess. She was born yesterday at 5:34, and in true cartoon fashion, there's only one piglet born. Not like at the rodeo when there's 10.
Shouldn't they have a bunch of them?
Yeah.
No, it's a cartoon.
Backstory.
They
All
control
the other
their
brothers and sisters died.
They gave him away.
Yeah.
Oh, they gave him away.
My gosh, guys.
The little baby
dark.
piglet Evie is going to make her debut in theaters May the 30th when they debut an hour-long special called Peppa Meets the Baby. And then the baby officially joins the cast of Peppa Pig when it returns for the new season in the fall, which means from this point on, Sam, you're about to have a baby boy. And if that little boy starts watching Peppa Pig, all he will ever know is that there are 3 siblings, not 2.
Sam, you got to watch
Santiago's old school. It's just Peppa and George. But, your new baby's going to be like, what? There's 3 of them.
Does he watch any of that stuff?
No, I've never watched that with
It's
him.
so good. Peppa
My
Pig.
nephew Michael grew up watching Peppa Pig, and for a while he was developing an English accent. I'm like, did you
Just watching too much of it?
Yeah, he was watching so much Peppa Pig. He started sounding English.
At least it wasn't Caillou. Then you just-
Caillou. Yeah.
That's the one you
accent,
hate,
you just
right?
become a blank hole.
But I'm wondering when
watch Mickey
what
Mouse
was Caillou
sometimes.
on?
Mickey Mouse
Eric.
Clubhouse.
What was
PBS?
Caillou on?
Was it
PBS.
So
And then YouTube had it, and that's when I left my daughter on YouTube. I go, okay, here you go. And when I did something else, she started screaming because some idiot 4 minutes in put like,
Oh,
devil, and put the eyes and made it. It was like really bad. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Because I feel like there are so many choices for kids, especially depending on whether your parents have cable or not.
So much.
Like what do you like? Like Coco Melon was on Netflix, or like my kids. There's PBS Kids. You can actually download that app. It's Sprout, and there was a girl named Nina who had a really soothing voice. She was live action, and she had a little puppet named Star. And Nina would she would talk like this. She was, okay, friends, we're going to
Very
clean up before we
breathy.
go to bed. And she would wear her pajamas, really cute little pajamas. And then there was like that sand art, you put like this sand thing up to the light.
Yeah.
And then with your finger, you make the picture of whatever it is in the sand. And she would
Yeah.
do that before it's time to clean up
You
and
think
go to bed.
this is the downfall of like society in a way of bonding and community?
oh yeah.
Yeah, because these kids
anyone
are going
born
to grow
in
up
like
and they
from
don't
the
have...
whatever till the late 90s, we all had the same experience. Like
Common
Roula and I
backgrounds.
swear we're like the same person.
kid, different
I grew
state.
up in Illinois near Chicago, and you grew up here.
Yep.
Well, when
And we
you
watched
go
the same shows. We saw the same movies, same music, same style.
Now you have so many choices.
Same foods.
Like you're talking about your son not watching, he's going to watch some other show that we've never
Yeah.
seen.
I don't even know what to have
But when they
him,
get
like,
older, they
watch when he
don't want to have the same
wants to.
experience to bond with other people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not that you have to have that, but
No, it's
But-
nice
but
to have
that's
a commonality.
Like when we talked
because
about
when we were
shows, we
kids,
could all-
all knew the same
talk about a
thing.
show we all watched in 1994. Like, hey, 90210.
Yeah.
Majority of people, if you're a teenager.
But when
Or
you
is
go
that
on
gonna- wait.
YouTube and you've got a billion choices.
Yeah, is that going to be an icebreaker in 15 years when you go on a dating app or whatever the new dating thing's going to be to meet somebody? Is that the icebreaker that you actually watch the same show? Like, what? You watch that show too? Impossible. Because it's so rare to be able to grow
Yeah.
up watching the same thing at the same time.
Like a lot of people my age watched like Cheers. Like George Wendt died
Oh, I
yesterday.
was so sad to hear that.
I loved that show even though as a kid I could never get into bars, but for some reason I just
Yeah.
liked that show.
Here's a little tidbit for
74
you.
years old, by the way, George Wendt.
George Wendt was a nice guy. I spent 45 minutes with him at a picnic table at a concert out in L.A. years ago. And he's just like Norm, the character on
He's
Cheers.
down to
if you ever
earth.
watched it. Very down to earth. Just a sweet guy. I was really actually sad when I read
They had a
that.
video.
No word on his cause of death.
Social media, 18 minutes and 30 seconds of him. Every episode they cut the beginning because he always comes in. That's the opening of every episode.
There's an audio there, Sam, if you want to read the
Norm.
beginning.
How you doing today, Norm? And then he has
I
a
never
joke.
knew that's
He
how it
always had a
opened.
one-liner.
So I didn't watch the whole 18
He
minutes,
goes
but
both cheeks and blah, blah, blah. You know, he always had like a one-liner.
yeah, it was always.
You can hear in about 30 seconds, Sam will get it, because I never watched Cheers. That was a show that didn't
did.
appeal to me because I didn't get it.
Because my dad
Because
did
it
go
was
to a bar.
It's one of those
Yeah.
shows. Was
But I
one of
never
those shows
knew-
that got better as it went along. Like the first couple of years were meh, and then
Jo-
it got really funny.
Well, George Wendt was on from the entire run from 1982 to 1993, and I didn't realize until I heard the clip you were talking about that every time he walked in, this is what it sounded like.
Afternoon, everybody. Norm! How you doing, Norm? What do you know? Not enough. Afternoon, everybody. Norm!
Norman.
Norman?
Do you know? I heard of that stuff. Better give me a tall one in case I like it. Afternoon, everybody.
Yeah, that's what's So
Norman.
you don't have to play the whole thing, but that's what. Good
He always
afternoon,
had a
everybody. I didn't know
one-liner.
that was his
Yeah.
thing.
And he never pay he had a tab.
Oh, is that
Love
right?
beer.
And he said the beer was terrible that they had, the fake beer.
This is fake beer.
Oh, it was fake beer?
It was just not good. But
Oh,
after they were done, then they'd all
Have a real beer.
drink the cast and the.
Can we talk about Jem next hour?
Okay, well, About who?
Jem and the Holograms. We're talking about all this throwback.
Jem, super outrageous.
Well, I guess you'll have to see what's
We can do that. We can do that for
happening
you.
with Jem and the Holograms.
I thought you were saying, can we talk about the
Holograms.
Jem next?
No,
Because
Jem.
They really did make Jem a movie a few years ago.
They did.
It bombed.
she's truly outrageous, and it was truly
They didn't
terrible.
do it right. Kevin needs to produce it.
So the reason I thought Kevin had said Jim is because Eric is in pain, and now we're going to count. That's 3 things I've done to Eric now to hurt him.
There's something that happened
3
yesterday
things in the last 10
after
days.
the show. I want people to call him. How did you get injured? Just doing something stupid.
Oh,
The
They're
first
simple,
thing,
maybe.
The first thing I did to Eric was I drugged him, thinking I was going to help him with his meds. First, I got him sick. Then I gave him meds that drugged him, and he fell asleep. Now this,
Roula's the poisoner.
I know, man. I'm in pain.
and it's a dumb thing that I think I even made a joke about it when we did it.
Yeah.
And then this morning, Eric's
We'll
like,
tell you, Bob. I'm just wondering if you've been injured recently, just something stupid.
Yeah, you can call us 833-390-KRBE. Dumb way you injured yourself.
Maybe you sneezed.
you hurt your
Cracked a
broken
rib,
ribs.
sneezing. Yeah.
You need a little bit more strength in your body if you're cracking
Work
ribs
on
while
that
you
core,
sneeze. We'll talk to you next on the Roula and
Ryan Show with Eric.
All right, how did you ridiculously injure yourself? That is the question we are asking you at 833-390-KRBE. Real quick, Eric is going to tell us why we're talking about this because it happened to him.
I've never had a hip problem in my life. All of a sudden, yesterday I took like an hour nap. I was laying on the left side, and that's the hip that hurts. I'm like, what? And like, even when I got in my truck this morning, I'm like, oh God. I had to pull myself up a bit.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
Yeah. But it all happened because yesterday I used my right leg to kick because Roula, like, we had to go record something in another room.
Yeah.
And that door's heavy, so Roula kicked it up high. And she goes, how high can you kick?
I was on the other side of the door, and I didn't know what you guys were doing.
Kicked,
Look at I do.
Yeah, so I had to do it. And I had jeans on, so you don't have much. I thought I busted I hurt a testicle. Because I'm like, oh, the jeans, oh. But I kicked with my right foot, but it's my left hip, so maybe that was planted weird.
It was to put your foot on the front of the door and
kick
push it. How high can you put your leg up to push the door open?
No stretching, just...
Yeah, you just throw a rocket high kick.
Roula's
and push
very
the door
flexible. I'm not
open.
that flexible, so when I did it, I went pretty high for
So let's do a little checklist. So
You're
far this week,
ridiculous.
Roula has drugged
two
you.
last
No,
week and a
first I
half.
got him sick.
You got him sick.
And then I
Then
gave
you
him the
drugged him.
Alka-Seltzer,
Nighttime.
decongestant that put him to
Night-night.
sleep.
You gave him the night-night.
Yeah,
And
and
you
now
lost
I
rapid
asked
fire.
him to kick high, and I knocked your hip out of his socket.
I know, I'm like, what the hell
broke
do I do with my hip
You
now?
didn't go to the gym and do it legs or anything?
No.
Like that would have.
That was
That was,
Monday.
that was
Really
enough
high.
for him
That was
for one
Monday.
day.
That's what I'm going to go today.
Yeah.
I'm hoping maybe they can put it back in.
Oh my
something. I don't know.
Pop it back in.
I don't know.
You're fine.
Stretch it back.
You just
I'm
probably
like, what the hell? I've never had a hip issue in my life. Thanks a lot, Roula.
Sorry. Okay, just
We had
not
like
as
idiots over
flexible
there
as
trying to
me.
kick a window or kick a door.
Not as flexible as me. I want to see how high his leg could
stupid.
go up. Josh is up first at 833-390-KRBE. Ridiculously stupid ways you've injured yourself. Hi, Josh. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning, guys.
Hi.
morning.
So, I'm 43 years old, and, I was kind of reliving my old high school days. My 11-year-old son had his last soccer game, and I was coaching it
Okay.
for the first time. And, I was running up and down the field. Come on, guys, let's go. And then, like, after the game, we went to the grocery store. As soon as I got out the car, my knee just said, nope.
Oh,
And,
Gave up.
like, I mean,
went
it was-
down.
yeah, I went. No, I didn't go down, luckily, but I mean, I was hovered on the
Buckle.
car.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is
Yeah,
it
it
because
was-
you were
it was
running up and
rough.
down the sidelines of the field, cheering them on, that your knee
Yeah.
just couldn't handle that?
Yeah, well, I'm going through like a weight loss journey. I'm lost about 45 pounds so far,
Good for
Nice
you.
job.
and like the next day, I have a Pilates reformer in my apartment, or in my garage,
Uh-huh.
and it's low impact. There's no, it's just basically stretching and pulsing and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I did about 10 minutes of that and walked upstairs, and again, my knee just started going, just immense
no.
pain. It was horrible.
Wobbly, yeah.
So the cartilage?
But yeah, today I'm feeling a lot better. I
You need to go to the doctor and have that checked out.
Unless it rains, then you got to worry about your...
Oh, yeah, your knees. You tell us if it's going to rain, Josh. Your knee knows before anybody else.
Yesterday I had rain or lightning.
Why is that, by
I
the
don't
way?
know. I don't
that's
know.
true.
But Josh, I give you props for being the kid soccer coach because somebody's got to do it.
Yeah.
Those parents that live to either volunteer reluctantly, but they do it and they end up loving it, or the ones that really like doing it. Hey, my hat off to
I think
you.
when you're over 35, you just got to... you should always stretch, but it's really important for us all to stretch before and after.
And know your limitations.
Well, before the game, I lined up all the kids and we did all leg stretches and stuff. That was the funny thing. It was just,
And Dad over here like a baby deer going on back down.
Yeah, like, oh, I can't. My knee says no. My knee says no. Oh, Josh, let us know what the diagnosis is. I hope you don't need a knee replacement.
And you're only 43. You got a long life to live.
You got a long way to go with that knee. Rome's got a story that sounds like something Special K would call in about with all the home renovation he does. We're asking the question, how'd you stupidly injure yourself or what'd you do? Hi, Rome. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Well, first of all, I already knew this was going to be filled with a bunch of guys calling in.
Yep.
This morning.
That's such a good point.
Yeah, you're right.
Girls know better than that. All right, what'd you do, Rome?
So I was doing carpentry at the time, and I was doing some framing with metal studs, and you got to use screws for those and C-clamps. Well, I was in a rush, and I wasn't using C-clamps, so I was just clamping things with my fingers, and I screwed a screw right into my finger, and I had to back it on out. Yeah.
I was not expecting that.
Oh, my God.
Ow.
Oh, my gosh.
Did you know you had to unscrew it?
And then you had to, like, reverse the screw out of your own finger?
Unscrew it?
Yeah.
Now, the big question, Phillips head or flathead?
Electric screwdriver.
I still
Wow. How did the digit look afterwards? Did it survive?
No fingerprints
You got a
left.
little nub in there now? Like, what happened to your finger?
Yeah, no, the tip is still numb to this day. This was years ago, but it's still numb to this day. I knew I damaged a bunch of stuff, and I just put super glue on it and went back to work. You know?
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah,
you guys
can
are
do that. Finger injuries are the most painful
glue.
thing on earth. You just have so
Wow.
many nerve endings.
Don't you hate that throbbing feeling?
Yes.
Like when your toe or your
Pulsating.
fingers. Yeah, you feel like
I did something similar to him. I had a drill bit skip and then go through my thumb. Because it skipped out of the hole. I think I hit
Were you in
something
shock?
there.
And then you guys were like, just...
Well, when you see the flap of skin hanging there,
please. I cannot.
that's when you start to lose consciousness.
Oh, my God.
So you made a good point.
You're like, it's fine. I'm going to sit down for a second.
Yeah.
The phones are full. Are there any women or are they all men?
Lauren is up next.
Hey, we have a girl.
We have a girl. We're asking the question, how'd you stupidly injure yourself? Thanks, Rome, for calling.
Baby.
Lauren's up next. Lauren, hi. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Hi.
Morning.
How did you injure yourself?
Well, I'm feeling a little embarrassed about Rome calling us out, but I guess I'm in with the guys. So I have multiple, but most recently I was reading to my son and had my legs tucked up under me for bedtime, and my leg fell asleep. And when I got up, I could feel that it was asleep, but decided, no, it's fine, I'm good.
Sure.
And started walking anyways, and my leg gave out from under me, sprained my ankle, fell down, and my son wakes up and he's like, "Are you okay, Mom?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." Meanwhile, I'm texting my husband and come pick me up.
Oh, my
and
God.
It's been 5 months.
5 months
Of my ankle being injured from literally it falling asleep. And then prior to that, I had my baby and was trying to quickly get in the back of the car because it was raining, and jumped up into the back and knocked my head on the tailgate and got a concussion from that.
Oh my gosh, Lauren. Oh my
You just
God.
always hope that somehow this is not how I'm going out.
Yeah, bopping your head in the car. I think we've all bopped our head in the car
Absolutely.
frame.
The amount of times I've hit my
how do we
child
do
in the head
this?
trying to get him into the Jeep, I feel like he needs a helmet.
Oh my God.
Imagine you doing it.
Sprained your
Jeep
ankle
helmet.
when your leg fell asleep.
There's so many calls. We're out
Concussed.
of time, and we bring it back later.
Yeah,
we should. 820 or
713-278
something.
have
vent.
to.
It's more guys calling too.
Yeah.
713-278
That'll be our
vent.
test. 820 will do this. Everyone listen back at 820 if you have to leave us.
Are there any women?
We'll see besides Lauren.
How many people have?
We won't say anything about that. We won't say. We'll just take the calls
Yeah.
and see.
If not, Rilla and I definitely have stories.
100% how we stupidly hurt ourselves.
Yes.
That's
Rolla
good.
nearly killed herself.
Definitely for sure. I should not be walking this earth right now. Thank God.
The Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
What's going down in H-Town?
104.1 KRBE.
Okay, so Houston, Texas was the second all over, the whole United
Second
States.
all of what?
Second overall. I'm a little dyslexic this morning.
Yoda. It's actually Yoda Day, so
Is?
I think
To
so.
the news I shall. Houston was the second overall U.S. city with the largest population game. Of course, New York was first place, but who cares about New York? Houston's population grew by over 43,000 people last year. Now, here's something interesting. I've got a buddy named Russell. Hey, Russell. Shout out to you and Penny. They live out in Fulshire. Fulshire City, which is southwest of Houston, ranks second nationwide. And it really is such a pretty place.
Fulshire has been growing, y'all, for at least 6 years. Everyone's talking about how the Fulshire of today, it's kind of like the way Westheimer passed Highland Village. Like if you're heading towards Montrose on Westheimer, Houston used to stop at the railroad tracks of Highland Village. And now look at how much more Houston there is all the way down to Gessner and the Beltway. They're saying Fulshear is going to be like that.
That means people are going to start opening up their own Jimmy John's, Jersey Mike's. People are going to start going there and open up big businesses.
You get so much bang for your buck out there, and the homes are beautiful. So you go west of Katy, and eventually you run into Fulshear, but they grew by 26.9% last year.
Just hard for like our job. I don't want to drive.
It's
a long
far.
commute. I don't drive an hour every day.
It is far. Booster's mom used to live out there, and yes, those houses are incredible.
They're big and nice.
If you have a job where you work from home,
absolutely.
That'd be
If I have to stop at the Buc-ee's to get to your house, you live too far away from me.
I know.
and when you get to Buc-ee's, you ain't even halfway there. You still got to go south. You run into like nowhere.
If I see a Buc-ee's, if I'm driving and I see a Buc-ee's, I'm like, I'm out too far.
Well, I'm 10 miles past. When you see Buc-ee's, keep going 10 miles. Yeah, you live too far away from me to visit you.
Mr. Snobby Lobby said a minute ago? When we were
I
out
joked
there?
about the Snobby Lobby sound we had for the secret sound with Eric's automatic blinds in his house.
The shades that go up and down.
You were talking
But
about.
to your point, I've never lived in a high-rise, and I don't know. I feel like if you live in a high-rise, every high-rise condominium / house should come with automatic blinds because aren't those windows really big?
Yeah,
Mine
they're big.
didn't.
Yeah,
I had floor to ceiling ones.
Does it get
but
hot?
I also lived in
Yeah,
a
the heat.
much older place than Eric.
And I'm in Grand Plaza, and you got those two big buildings there that are like mirrors.
So it's like
So if
reflecting light
the
on
sun
you.
sets, it like
sure.
boom hits that.
Baking you.
It hits me from the back of my head. Yeah, put
Eric's
some
getting
suntan lotion on.
Stupid ways you've been injured in your house. You got fried through the windows and the reflection.
You got to put those shades down.
You've got a fantastic tan.
As I get old every day, you have to use that chain, try and bring it all down. Because there's like 15 windows.
Oh,
all the way around.
Mine was just like the slide.
Oh, like a slide across.
Yeah.
Yeah, these just go up and down.
Right.
I'm telling you, man, it's not like
fine.
it's not 2012. I mean, there's a lot of these now available.
Well, apparently,
Kevin Quinn has
27 people that were
everyone has them.
potential winners lost because they didn't know it.
Well,
It's okay.
you should get some shades, people.
Okay, coming up next,
I'm gonna start a shade business.
special care.
Shady business.
Special care?
Special care. It's okay.
We need some
I
special
don't
Talking
know.
to someone with a window unit, okay?
I don't know why you're doing that.
We
You're
really do have every spectrum.
You could
here.
have a real AC. You just choose. That's just being cheap, not frugal.
Hey, it's not because Kevin couldn't.
Yeah, it's not that you can't afford it. You just don't want to.
Yeah, he's got priorities.
Yeah, don't you start every sentence off of, I'm a millionaire. I'm a real estate millionaire.
A real estate, it's all wrapped up in property.
Yeah.
I don't see any of it liquid.
Well, it's time for the telemarketer turnaround. What is the phrase you chose from our listeners to repeat to the telemarketers?
Well, we're gonna bring in Richard Hunt here for this one. I heard that.
I heard that.
And y'all, this is a pretty good amount of I heard that.
Okay.
It might be a record number.
All right. Let's see how it all plays out next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.